Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Miss and welcome to my teddy bear deck profile, aka Ursarctic. They used to be Beer Tea, but I don't know, the name changed in like literally 3 seconds. So before we start, friendly reminder to like and subscribe because it motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. And yeah, let's jump right into it. So actually, before I start, I kind of want to say something about this deck. It's kind of divided in two group of monsters. There are the level 8 tuner monsters right there. There are 3 of them, and there are also 3 level 7 non-tuner monsters. So in other words, there's not a single level 4 or lower monster. There's not a normal summon for the deck, basically. So people were kind of just messing around with Neptibus, Deep Sea Diva and stuff, but then you gotta play bad cards like Dragoons and freaking Deskbot for Needle Fiber combo, so I wanted to keep it as clean as possible. Play Alistair, Meltdown, Invocation. I feel like this was just much cleaner, honestly. And also, another thing, actually, that I want to say with the level 7 and level 8. First of all, the level 8, they all have higher attack and lower defense, while the level 7s actually have low attack and high defense. In other words, the level 7, the non-tuners, can actually be recycled back with salvage, unlike the level 8 tuners. And also, they all share the same first effect, where during the main phase quick effect, so during either player's main phase, you can pitch one level 7 or higher monster from your hand, not necessarily an Ursarctic. It can actually be a Nibiru that you can pitch to pretty much special summon your Ursarctic monster from your hand, and then basically you apply an effect when it is special summoned. It doesn't necessarily have to be by its own summoning condition. You can actually just monster reborn it, such as, you know, our Ursarctic Slider, and they all pretty much have a good effect on summon. So the level 8, they interrupt your opponent plays, while the level 7, they generate you advantage. So this one is Mega Billis, which will pretty much DD-crow the opponent. It's going to banish a card in their graveyard. The Megapola will be an MST, so you're destroying a spell or trap on the opponent's field. And the Megatanius, I feel like it's the best one. It Book of Moons the opponent, so you can kind of use them as hand traps even when you're going second and you don't have a single card, because like I said, they summon themselves during either player's main phase. So if you draw Megatanus, you can actually just protect yourself quite well, actually, from an opponent's, I don't know, combo or something. So that's pretty nice. This card, I don't know, it's not that it has potential to be splashed in other decks because it does have like restrictions and stuff, but it's kind of nice, honestly. So yeah, it's I want to say it's the best level 8 tuner. And then the best level 7 non-tuner is Mikpula, because it is the Rhoda for the deck, of course. When it is special summoned, it searches for any Ursarctic monster. Unfortunately, not an Ursarctic card. There is a card that actually searches for an Ursarctic cards. I believe it is the Serpent Treon, which is actually the skill drain, which is very nice. But sadly, Mikpula is only monster, but it's really good. Mictanus, I don't know why they're all Mick something, I don't know. Mictanus will actually recycle back an Ursarctic monster from your graveyard to your hand. And then finally, the Mechabilis. That, by the way, it looks like Teddy Ursa's evolution. I think the name is Ursaring. Yeah, they all give me that feel, honestly. But this one will special summon a monster from your hand. So instead of actually having to neg like crazy and always have to pitch, you can actually just I don't know, take a shortcut thanks to McBillis. So it's not too bad. It's not great. Of course, the McPola is the best one, but still. So that's it for the Ursarctic monsters. I don't feel like I have to explain too much. If we ever get like normal summonable Ursarctic or better Ursarctics, it would definitely help, honestly. But for now, I think this is all we really have. For the normal summon, like I said, I already explained why I think the Alistair package is just the best. It's also the most resilient, I want to say. It's not like you really lost to Dragma Punishment and stuff like that, and it's just that one card Continuous Pressure. If you get Veilored or something on the Alistair, you can actually hard draw Invocation or Disparity. I guess now the name is Pot of Prosperity. I don't really like it too much. Into Invocation and kind of play through it anyways, so it's nice. And then Ash as your, what is this? Your like 10th hand shop, because even those are considered a hand shop. It's just this one is a Book of Moon hand shop, this is an MST hand shop, and this is a DD-Crow hand shop. Of course, with significant negs, but it could be worse. Anyways, Terraforming, yeah, of course. I mean, you're playing Meltdown and Big Diaper. I call it Big Diaper. It's Big Dipper, but who cares? 2 Invocation. I didn't really want to commit to 3. Monster Reborn. I don't really have too many arguments to play Monster Reborn because you can already kind of play something that does the same anyways, and it's a quick play, so it's a bit better. It's searchable too by your Serpentreon, and it also revives back in Ursarctic from the Banished. And in case you were wondering, oh, but how do you get Ursarctics in the Banished? Well, the Big Diaper actually, instead of going, using the conventional, traditional discard a level 7 or higher from your hand and then special, you can actually just banish a level 7 or higher Ursarctic monster from your graveyard in order to summon your Ursarctic from the hand. So that's really cool. And also, every single time a monster is special summoned, this field spell will gain 1 counter. And if you control an Ursarctic Synchro monster specifically, you can remove 7 counters to steal a monster your opponent controls permanently, and it doesn't negate the effect. That's pretty huge. So it's a field spell that helps you and hurts the opponent. We are always down for that, but the goal is to use Meltdown first and then, activate Big Diaper on top of that. And your Big Diaper is also searchable by Winnie the Pooh, which is Polari. I'm going to go into the details after that. Anyways, 3 Disparity, of course, 3 Slider, whatever, 3 Meltdown, 2 with Big Diaper, and 3 Quincharge, though I guess I want to say in a way, this is a bit weaker than Clifford Scout, but at the same time, it's also interesting. So it's a continuous trap card, and you pay 700 life points every time you want to use one of the 2 effects. So either you add 1 Ursarctic monster from your graveyard to your hand, this is a repeat of Mectanus' effect, or you get to kind of quick sync quote-unquote, during your opponent's turn, or even during your own turn, technically, by tributing 2 Ursarctic monsters to cheat special summon an Ursarctic, synchro from your extra deck. And that's pretty much it. I mean, ignoring the summoning conditions, blah, blah, blah. And it's not a hard once per turn, this effect, so if you have multiple copies of Quincharge, you can use the effects, like, over and over again. Obviously, you're gonna pay a lot of life points, but paying in order to gain is definitely a good move. You can just see it as an investment, honestly. So, yeah. Anyways, for the extra deck, 3 Merkaba and 1 Ogoides. This is how you get rid of really powerful monsters. Cocytus is actually really, really scary, by the way. It's really good. It can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects, so it's a really great way to kind of just stall. Not stall for time, but stall. And also, you can attack it while it's in defense, but you have to apply its attack for the, for damage calculation and not its defense. So it's exactly like, what's the name again? Total Defense Shogun. I really like that card. It was good. I don't know, it has a really cool artwork, but yeah, Cocytus also has a cool artwork, and in case you were wondering, I'm pretty sure Cocytus is the monster on Invocation alongside Alistair, and that almost looks like Spellbinding Circle, but I know it isn't. Anyways, 3 Serpentreon and 3 Grand Chariot. So Serpentreon basically, it's the skill drain for the deck. Pretty much any monster special summon from any monster that doesn't have a level, so Xyz and Link monsters will get their effects negated on the field. And also, once per turn, if your opponent special summons a monster, you search your deck for any Ursarctic card. So now you can actually search your Slider, your Quincharge, your Diaper. Yeah, that's always nice. But your Diaper is searchable by Polari, like I said. Anyways, Grand Chariot, this card is really interesting, so kind of same summoning condition as Serpentreon. I don't really want to explain the summoning condition too much, but basically you need like Polari and a level 8 tuner. So, I mean, there, I already explained it. Anyways, Grand Chariot, upon being special summoned, you can destroy 2 cards your opponent controls. No, sorry, 2 cards on the field, including your own, actually. And also, once per turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets an Ursarctic card or cards you control, you can tribute 1 monster. So if you have a Big Diaper, you can actually banish from the graveyard, negate the activation. That's it. So, I don't know, it's cool. You can actually interrupt your opponent by popping 2 cards on their field by using Quincharge during your opponent's turn, but apart from that, Grand Chariot is not as good as Serpentreon. Anyways, Polari is interesting. It's the one Ursarctic that you get to summon pretty much every single time, guaranteed, because all you need is a level 8 tuner and a level 7 non-tuner. It looks like a lot, but it's not that much, honestly. And, yeah, you can pretty much activate a Big Diaper directly from your deck, and also you can tribute 1 level 7 or higher monster at your hand, or special summon an Ursarctic monster from your graveyard. So once again, this combos very well with, yeah, with Thingy, the field spell. Anyways, and finally, 2 Majestis Artemis for Alistair. I didn't really want to play all the extra deck cards for Secure Garna, El Mirage, and Purgatrio. Would be 3 extra spots, and it would make Disparity a bit worse. But yeah, anyways, for the idea section, these cards can actually be main decked, by the way, just letting you know. You can actually main deck Sphere Mode because it's not really a brick. You can just pitch it with your Ursarctics, and this deck's really good going second. If you actually want to play it going second, you don't necessarily have to play Alistair. Sphere Mode can be your only normal summon. You can main deck Nibiru. It's barely a brick because you're just going to pitch it once again, just like your other monsters. You can main deck Phantasme, Pancratops. You can main deck Barrier Statue of the Torrent. So if you want to play around Nibiru, you can summon that, and then Nibiru is a light. And no monsters can be special summoned except water, so yeah. And if you want to protect it, you have your Book of Moon card. And you can make some pretty nice boards. Anyways, Moray of Greed is one card that you can play, but I don't really recommend it because most of the time when you're bricking, it's because you weren't able to draw like a combination of your Ursarctic, so Moray of Greed is just unnecessary. Pot of Extravagance wouldn't make sense. I feel like Disparity is a bit better. Salvage is good, but not in the main deck unless you're actually trying to play the variant where you're main decking Sphere Mode, Nibiru, and all that bullshit. But for now, nah. Ice Dragon's Prison. Outside of the fact that I guess the theme is like kind of water-ish, it doesn't really has any kind of synergy actually. White Howling, this card's nuts. If you control a water, target one spell in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. But this is the good part. And if you do, for the rest of the turn, negate all spell effects on your opponent's field. That's disgusting. This card actually destroyed Sky Striker back in the days. In mirror matches, you always ended your turn with Shizuku, so you would banish their opponent's target with Kagari, and then they couldn't use any spells for the rest of the turn, basically. They would just get negated. So White Howling is just a nasty card, and you're playing just so many water monsters, so if you can actually go first and set up a White Howling play against a spell-heavy strategy, you are good, my guy. You are very good. And then, yeah, Dragma Punishment, because your extra deck, for the most part, you don't need it that much. You can honestly just play the beatdown mode, beatdown game to a certain extent. You can even main deck Skill Drain, Soul Drain. You don't really need graveyard effects at all. This deck is pretty primal, to be fair. Doesn't really rely on super modern technology effects. So, yeah, you can even play other floodgates like Ghost and Match. Not there can only be one, because you wouldn't be able to summon like that many cards. Another thing that I want to mention, the level 7 are all Beast, and the level 8 are all Beast Warriors. Not searchable by Tenki because Tenki is level 4 lower, but still. And last but not least, Solemn Strike, which has literally nothing to do with the deck. So that's all I had to showcase and talk about for this Ursarctic deck profile. If you guys have any comments or feedback, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because it motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.